We think that exercise has to be painful. Well, exercise does not have to be painful whatsoever. You can create a state of health and well-being inside your body with exercising for just small amounts of time. When you guys were kids, how did you exercise when you were a kid?
Just running around.
Just running around, right? You chase somebody and you stop, you go again, and you chase somebody and you stop, or play tag that way. You never just went and ran for 26.2 miles, did you? No, because your body's not meant to do that. It breaks down over time. So let's look at this. Long duration. Effects of classic aerobic exercise. Pros that occur during exercise. Lowering resting heart rate and increasing stroke volume. Or increases stroke volume. Lowers blood pressure. It keeps brain young by increasing circulation to the brain. Aids in detoxification. Stimulates the lymphatic system. The cons. This is the problem that we see with long duration exercise. It raises stress hormones. Stress hormone cortisol stimulates appetite. It's catabolic. What that means is it breaks down muscle. When you guys see long-distance runners, are they ever really muscular? No, they're all skin and bones. Why? Because their body literally eats that muscle to give them more energy to run. Okay? And then when they're done running, it still eats at the muscle. So it decreases testosterone and human growth hormone, both necessary for building muscle and burning fat. It decreases immune function post-exercise. What we're going to teach you guys today increases your immune system post-exercise. So when you get done exercising, your immune system raises, and that's the key. Long-duration exercises showed signs of heart disease, increased LDL cholesterol, increased oxidation of cholesterol, elevated clotting and inflammation factors, loss of bone density, and increased osteoporosis.
It increases that cortisol and increases those other levels to create stress in your body. And we're going to teach you how not to do that. So the powerful effects of high-intensity short duration, which is basically this burst training, this surge training that we're going to be showing you, you can do that aerobically and anaerobically. And aerobic is basically like cardio, okay, doing the jazzercise, all that fun stuff. And then doing the anaerobic is like lifting weights, doing heavy weights, lifting with these down here, you know, having a 25-pound, doing curls, bench press, and stuff like that. We're going to be able to combine those and create very high-intense, very short workouts. And that's how you're going to be able to do this in 12 minutes a day. And some of the benefits of those are, you know, HGH is released in the body is basically proportional to the intensity that you come out. So that human growth hormone that helps you burn fat and get rid of basically like the cortisol and stuff, that increases the more intense your workouts are. So the harder you work, that increases. Fat is actually used in a greater way after high-intensity exercises due to the release of that human growth hormone. So you're actually going to use that fat that you have in your body for energy. You're not going to be using sugar, which is what happens when you do long-duration exercises. Who wants to burn fat and who wants to burn sugar? Raise your hand if you want to burn fat. Everybody in here. That's the whole purpose of exercising, is to basically get that lean muscle with a very low fat. On top of that, beta-endorphin energy levels are increased, which that's been shown to actually increase mood. So that's why exercise has been shown to decrease depression, even better than any of the medications that are out there. Isn't that amazing? So the beta-endorphins, when they go up, your mood goes up, depression goes down. So you can actually fight depression with exercise. On top of that, increases growth of all muscle fibers, slowing down the muscle wasting typically attributed to aging. So as you age, things waste off. Well, if you exercise on a regular basis with that high-intensity exercise, you're going to create more lean muscle. So you're going to age slower. It also regulates insulin. So fat-burning, muscle-building response. So with high-intensity, short-duration exercise, your body responds by increasing the hormones and physiology you need to burn fat and produce muscle. As a result, you not only build muscle and burn fat during exercise, but your body responds by doing so hours afterwards. So when you're doing short duration, very high intense exercises, you're going to be burning fat for hours after you exercise. Whereas when you're doing the really long runs and doing those hour workouts, you're actually burning sugar and then you're burning more sugar. You're not actually burning fat after that workout. And so this is going to be a quick exercise where you're actually burning fat after the workout. So that's pretty cool because you don't really have to do anything afterwards and you're still burning fat. So the more muscle you have, the more tendency there is to produce more muscle. So muscle builds muscle. And the more muscle you have, the more fat you're going to burn. That's the way that the body works, the physiology of the body. Muscle is the greatest determining factor for metabolism and future muscle development. So the more muscle, the higher metabolism. Do all these things sound like things that you need to keep a lower lean body mass and decrease fat? That's why we're showing you these exercises. Improves glucose tolerance and increases insulin sensitivity. So it keeps sugar low. And insulin is what tries to bring sugar down when you actually are eating. So when you put food in your body, that insulin rises, gets rid of that sugar. And so when you're doing this, it actually helps regulate how that insulin attacks the sugar and gets rid of it. So your chances for diabetes, does it go up or does it go down? Down. Okay? Creates basically a bigger metabolic afterburn, and that's that continuous fat burning for hours after the exercise. And that's what we're going to be doing here. That's the purpose and the effects of what this high-intensity short. So basically, old aerobics we've been known as the long-distance running, you know, getting on a bike, riding for forever. You know, do you guys ever notice a lot of times like spin classes at gyms and stuff like that, a lot of those people get lean pretty quickly because they're doing a lot of interval type trainings where they're doing a really high intensity, then they back off, they do really high intensity, back off. And so that's kind of what this is. This is the new aerobic size. This isn't the 3-hour workout, you know, sweating to the oldies type of thing. This is doing it quick and getting it done, and that's really what it's about. So intermittent bursts or surge of energy. So really quick, what I want you all to do is stand up for me a second if you want to. And what I want you to do is basically run in place as hard as you can. Let's just do it for 10 seconds, okay? Anybody have a watch? Who wants a time? You got one? Okay. We're going to do it with you, okay?
The pregnant one over there is laughing at all of us, right?
You ready? Okay. Yep. Go. As fast as you can. Okay. Okay, so that's a surge. You go and have a seat. So how many of you guys, is your heart beating a little bit harder, right? Or maybe a lot harder. It all depends. Okay, so your heart rate it probably went up quite a bit. And you might be even just a little bit out of breath, which I might be just a little bit because I was doing it too. So I'm going to catch my breath for a second. But that is just a short example of really what a burst is, doing it as hard as you can. And that's different for everybody. You know, we have one person that maybe this is as fast as they can go. But we have somebody that can just go, you know, 10 times that fast. So you pick what your surge is and what your burst is. So, this is the important part. Like I said, it's independent on that person. It's safety. That's really what it is about. It is being safe in the exercise, doing what you can do. After a maximum energy output of surge, the body must respond by altering the hormones and the physiology so that your body is burning fat and building muscle during and after the exercise activity. Pretty amazing. Have you guys thought of that? So when you exert that much energy, your body has to change the physiology. It has to release hormones to build that muscle and to start burning that fat. And anybody can do it. That's really what it's about. We have 97-year-olds that do it, and we have kids that can do this. In fact, kids are doing this every single day. Why do you think kids can pretty much eat whatever they want and still stay lean? Is because this is what they do every day, running from here to there, back and forth, and they're doing that constantly. Because we get to a certain age and we're like, I used to eat everything, and I was completely fine. Do you guys realize that when you were doing that, you were doing these quick surges, you were running from one place to another? You know, now we try and find the closest spot at the grocery market and, you know, walk in so that we don't have to walk more than 20 steps. So you got to realize that it's okay to park at the end and walk all the way in and do little surges as you go. Walk as fast as you can for 10 steps, and then go slow, and then walk as fast as you can for 10 steps. Those are all surges. Those are ways you can actually exercise and add it into your day. So